All routes lead to doom. Beta build. Slime Prince Glitched Edition by RimuruEdward6. Chapter 1. Katarina Clay's POV. In my previous life, I was just your average high school girl with a love for farming sims and sweets, and a completely unhealthy obsession with Otome games. Then I died. Got reborn as Katarina Clay's, the villainous in fortune lover, and scrambled to avoid every single doom flag I could remember. Destruction by exile. No, thank you. Death at the hands of a scorned love interest. Double no. I thought I'd done everything right. Befriend the heroine. Check. Be nice to everyone, including my potential executioners. Double check. Even developed an impressive knowledge of agriculture and made everyone in the student council my bestie or pseudo-sibling. I was winning. But then, the DLC dropped. No, really. Somehow, this version of the game included a new character that wasn't in the original. A secret noble prince from a far-off country. A hidden route no one had seen coming. And in this version, his name was Rimuru Tempest. Yes, that Rimuru. Blue hair. Too pretty to be real. Magical aura that screamed, "Don't mess with me." And a smile that looked sweet but definitely meant trouble. The first time I saw him, I almost choked on my scone. "Wait, you're not supposed to be here," I blurted without thinking. He raised an eyebrow. I get that a lot. Apparently, in this alternate Doom Plus edition, Rimmeru was a secret love interest who arrived at the academy in the second year. His route was originally locked, only available if you made very specific choices. The heroine could win his heart if she played everything right. But here's the problem. If she ends up with Rimmeru, it's my doom flag. Because in this version, if he falls for the heroine, he ends up protecting her from all the other princes, and that means those boys' attention shifts back to me. And let's just say, their breakups aren't pretty in this storyline. But, plot twist, if I accidentally get close to Rimmeru, then he becomes my protector. And the heroine, she gets completely outplayed. She loses everything. Talk about unfair. It's a no-win scenario. If she wins, I lose. If I win, she gets the bad end, and probably wants to throttle me. Now Rimmeru's walking around the school gardens like a flawless prince, catching girls when they trip and taming magical beasts like it's no big deal. And guess who he smiled at today? Me. Just a soft, casual, completely fatal smile. This is fine. I can handle this. I've survived worse. I'll just keep my distance. Be friendly but distant. Maybe offer him some cookies and then run away. Simple. ... Right. Oh no. I've triggered another doom flag, haven't I? He smiled at me. Just a soft, casual, completely fatal smile. This is fine. I can handle this. I've survived worse. I'll just keep my distance. Be friendly but distant. Maybe offer him some cookies and then run away. Simple. Lady Katarina Clay's was it. He said, voice smooth and calm, but with an edge like he knew everything. You're not like the others. Huh. I blinked. Thank you. I think. Then he smirked, not the charming, prince-like kind. No. This was the smirk of a final boss who already knew the outcome of the fight. The girl who doesn't act like a game character, he said, his eyes narrowing slightly. How entertaining. You won't be boring, I'm sure. My soul left my body. He knows. He knows I'm not acting like a normal villainess. Does he know about the game? About me? About my past life? I nodded too quickly and gave a weird laugh that sounded more like a goat. Haha, I have no idea what you mean. I am a totally normal noble lady who enjoys tea and gardening and absolutely doesn't know anything about hidden DLC routes. His smirk deepened. Oh no, I think I just made it worse. I watched Rimmeru walk away, his long silver-blue hair swaying gently as he strolled across the courtyard like he owned the world, or was at least renting it at a really good rate. He didn't even look back. But I could still feel the weight of his words like an invisible hand gripping my shoulder. The girl who doesn't act like a game character, you won't be boring. What was that supposed to mean? Was it just his way of flirting? Was it a threat? Or worse, was it both? I clutched my parasol tighter, the polite smile still frozen on my face. Inside, I was screaming. Because I remembered something about him. In the Fortune Lover, Tempest Ties expansion, aka the DLC that no one asked for but everyone obsessed over, Rimmeru wasn't just another prince. He was different, special. He was self-aware. In his route, if you played it right, Rimuru would eventually turn to the screen during a private moment and say, "You're not like the others. You're not from here, are you?" And then he'd wink at you, the player, through the screen. I remember reading the forums. People lost their minds over that scene. He knows. They all said, he's breaking the fourth wall. And it only got worse, or better, from there. He'd chat with you about your choices, ask if you were enjoying the game, even joke about save files and restarts. He was charming, strange, and completely terrifying. And now he's real, and if that awareness carried over from the game into this world, then he knows. He knows I'm not just Katarina Clays, the arrogant noble villainess with a bad habit of garden hoarding and snack theft. He knows I'm me, the awkward Otome-loving girl who died and got reborn inside her favorite game. I grabbed a cookie from my pocket and shoved it into my mouth just to keep from screaming. What do I do now? I muttered around the crumbs. If Rimuru really remembered the player, then he could see through everything. That meant he could blow my cover. Or worse, what if he thought I was still the player and tried to romance me directly? Suddenly, every doom flag I had ever carefully dismantled felt like it was being rebuilt brick by brick, right in front of me. I chewed slowly, eyes narrowing. No, I will not fall here. I've avoided destruction this long, I can handle one reality-bending slime prince. I just need a plan. Or backup. Or maybe just more cookies. Maria Campbell's paw. I've always thought Lady Katarina was a little strange. Not in a bad way. Just delightfully unpredictable. One moment, she's rescuing someone from a cruel rumor, and the next she's building a full vegetable garden behind the dorms. She's warm, cheerful, and has a heart so big it's a wonder it fits in her chest. But today was weirder than usual. I found her crouched behind a rose bush, gripping a cookie like it was a weapon. Her eyes were wide, her expression unreadable, part panic, part horror, part someone just remembered they left the stove on. She was staring at Prince Rimuru Tempest's back as he walked away. That wasn't new. Most girls stared when he passed. He was, well, beautiful. Too beautiful. Like someone carved him out of moonlight and starlit ice. I hadn't spoken to him yet, but he already gave me the kind of chills you feel when you stand too close to a sleeping beast. Lady Katarina, I said gently. She yelped and jumped like I'd just caught her doing something illegal. Maria, she laughed nervously. Hi. Hello. Beautiful day for horticulture. I looked down. She was gripping a thorn bush. You're bleeding. Am I? Huh. Can't even feel it. Probably adrenaline. I took her hand and began wrapping it with my handkerchief. Her eyes darted around like she expected the sky to fall at any moment. Are you all right? I asked. She leaned in so close I could smell crumbs on her breath. Maria, listen very carefully. He knows. Who knows what? I blinked. Rimuru. He knows the truth about me. About everything. I tilted my head. What truth? Katarina glanced around, clearly checking for eavesdroppers, and then whispered, he spoke to the player. In the game, he remembers. That means he sees me for what I really am. I blinked again. The player. Yes, she hissed. In the game, he breaks the fourth wall. He talks to you like he knows you're playing. And now he looked at me like he sees through the screen. And he said I wasn't acting like a normal character. And that I was entertaining. That means he knows. There was a long pause. Are you feeling all right? I asked gently. She clutched both my shoulders. Maria, I need you to understand that everything is much worse than it seems. Okay, and if he romances me, the heroine gets the bad ending. But if he romances the heroine, then I get the bad ending. And he already smiled at me. Maria smiled. Do you know what that means? I nodded slowly, even though I had absolutely no idea what she was talking about. Don't worry, I said softly, patting her shoulder. Everything's going to be fine. Maybe you just need to rest. Or eat something that isn't a cookie you pulled from your pocket. She squinted at me like I was the one who didn't understand. But I didn't. Not even a little. Still, I couldn't shake the strange feeling in my chest. Like something was shifting. Like the air around Rimuru Tempest bent just slightly whenever he passed. I didn't understand what Katarina meant. But maybe, I'd find out soon. Rimuru Tempest's POV. When I was still living my first life as Satoru Mikami, boring, overworked, borderline hikikomori, I had this coworker. Nice girl. Huge Otome game nerd. She never shut up about this one game. Fortune lover. She told me all about it over lunch one day. Said it was your classic reverse harem setup, magic school, pretty boys, complicated romances, betrayal, angst, glitter, whatever. I wasn't paying that much attention. Until she got to the villainess. She's the best part, she said, eyes sparkling like she was talking about a religious icon. Her name's Katarina Clays. She's the rival, but if you mess with the story enough, she turns into this cinnamon-rolled chaos goblin and breaks the whole game. I remember laughing. Sounds like a bug. No, it's the best kind of bug, she insisted. She befriends everyone, builds a farm, and somehow ends up being the true heroine without even trying. I'd totally reincarnate as her. Huh, well, guess what? Looks like someone did. Because that girl I just talked to. Yeah, that's Katarina Clays. But not the scripted, snobby, game-accurate version. No, this one knows things. Things she shouldn't. Things like, I am a totally normal noble lady who enjoys tea and gardening and absolutely doesn't know anything about hidden DLC routes. She said that, out loud, to me. I had to walk away before I laughed in her face. Of course I recognize her type. I am her type. We're the same, in a way. Reincarnated weirdos who woke up in someone else's story. The difference is, I wasn't dropped into a death flag simulator, I volunteered for this gig. Tempest was, fine, great, even, but it came with paperwork. Endless paperwork. So when the chance came up to attend a noble academy in a peaceful world under a diplomatic cover. Yeah, I jumped on that portal faster than Sheehan jumps to conclusions. I thought I'd get a quiet year. Some formal dinners, some magic theory, maybe a few awkward love confessions from overly polite nobles. But then she showed up. Tripping over her own feet. Hiding behind bushes. Saying my dialogue from the game like she forgot she wasn't alone in the room. She really thought I wouldn't notice. Of course I noticed. She's a player reincarnate. Or at least someone who played the game. Maybe more than once. She's got that, I'm trying to break fate using friendship and baked goods, energy. It's loud. And it's funny. More importantly, it's interesting. The original game script was predictable. Prince this, noble that, romance roots and rivalries and glittery doom flags. But she's already knocked the plot off its rails, and I haven't even introduced myself properly. I smirked to myself as I turned the corner, Katarina's frantic muttering still echoing faintly behind me. She thinks she's hiding her secrets. But I'm not here to expose her. No, I'm here to watch. To see how far she'll go to rewrite her fate. To dodge destruction and still end up at the center of every heart in the room. And maybe stir the pot a little. After all, what's the point of skipping out on paperwork if I can't enjoy the show?